need you to like, comment, and share. Welcome to Faith Podcast. You're here with Lashana Latrice, and I have a special guest for you today. It's going to be a blessing. So make sure you like, you comment, you're sharing. You do all of this because it will help us to grow. And of course, it will be encouraging. Prayerfully, you will get so much out of this. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, Hakeem Romance. I want to just give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So this is actually not the first podcast. We've known each other for maybe 4 or 5 years now.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it was in a studio, and I think it was a networking event or something like that for artists in Richmond, Virginia. And we kind of just linked up from just networking artist to artist. And then I messaged you and asked you, can you come up to the house so we can record and share our journey with, you know, those that are following us. Right. And I remember you came over, we did the recording, and I never released it, man. Like, you know, life is life. Right, yeah. Life was lifing. But here we are, and we're back again, and actually this is better. Well, this is better than it was gonna be. There's been a journey. When I was first doing that podcast, like for me personally, I'd probably released like 2 songs, you know? So now I'm like 2 EPs in, lots of singles, videos in, you know, there's been a lot that's happened since then. So there's more substance. And of course, this is called Faith Podcast, which means that we are highlighting our faith within everything that we are doing. Right. So I want to kind of just give, you know, those that are watching and listening a perspective of where we are coming from. And I want to show them the earlier recordings that we did, even though it has been unreleased, but this is kind of almost like an exclusive that we're giving. Yeah. This is almost like an exclusive right now. So we're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to come back and we'll talk about that. All right. Okay. How's music?
It's coming along.
Good.
Slowly, gradually, but it's coming along. In the midst of me looking at this music industry, trying to figure it out, I'm like, okay, so how do I do this? I'm trying to make sure I'm spending my money in the right places. I don't have nobody to tell me, like, nah, you don't spend your money right there, spend your money over here. You know what I'm saying? So I was just spending my money anywhere. Yeah, you gonna lose some, you gonna win some.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like over here, like I said, it's microwave. It's a popcorn type of thing. You're hot for 2 seconds, and boom, I'm on to the next. Yeah, everybody wanna win, but everybody can't win. People gotta lose too. So how can everybody win? And you talking about this is not a competition? Yes, it is. Even people put me in mixture with Chris Brown, Trey, and I'm like, yo, I'm not doing half the shit that Chris is doing. I'm not about to compete with him.
Tell me a little bit of the journey since then till now. What has changed, and where are you mentally now after watching some of those clips?
Well, man, it might be different. I mean, it is. It is. Just dealing with people, I had to get therapy, man, because
wow,
I be wanting to fight folks, man. It's draining. Yeah. It's very draining. Man, you got to try to find some sort of balance, because if you don't, you can get sucked in, and man, it some things can take over and you won't come back the same. I had a friend that told me, she was like, "Hey, you different. Like you're not the same as, like," when she said like you're not the same, it's like you're not that happy-go-lucky Hakeem that I once knew. You're more serious nowadays.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, because nowadays nothing is funny.
anymore. I have my moments where, I could, get a good laugh in and everything. But for the most part, man, yeah, nothing is funny. It's a lot of stuff out here that, hey, man, again, you can get sucked in, you can get lost in this. So you definitely need to find a balance. Therapy, that it helps, but at the same time, that's still a battle too, because once you have those sessions, it's only for about 45 minutes to like an hour or whatever. You feel good at the moment, but once that session is over, you're still back with yourself, and you have to figure out whatever it is that you've learned or continue to learn in these sessions. You got to apply it. So when people say I've been healed, I'm like, really, are you? Because
Jesus,
because if you have things called triggers, then being healed, like, that's an ongoing thing. Going into it, you don't necessarily have a blueprint on what this is. You just see, hey, I want to do this. I want to be a part of this, but you don't know the back. You don't know the behind the scenes of what's going on.
Right.
So, yeah. And I tell everybody this, like, this, I guess, analogy or whatever. Like, if you drive into the parking lot of a grocery store, automatically, as soon as you drive in, you're seeing business happen. You see trucks pulling in, dropping goods off. When you go into the store, you see clerks getting money. You see the cash register. You see the different products and items being stocked up on shelves. You see the price tags and everything. So you see firsthand business happening. You can see that. But with music, you don't.
That's so good.
You see the only thing that you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So
you just see the final product.
Yeah. So you hear the music and you see visuals. You don't see the business. So when people get into it, they're going off of, oh, I saw this person do it, I want to do that. But you don't know what's going on. So that's where people get lost.
Yeah.
And then not only do they get lost, a lot of the times they lose themselves because it's a lot of mess going on. So, yeah, a lot of people, taking advantage. You go into it naive.
Are you speaking from your own perspective and your own experience?
My own perspective, my own experience.
Okay.
And also, that's pretty much, for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there can relate.
Absolutely.
They see it, so that's what I've been seeing. So I'm like, yo, I definitely want to quit this music stuff every month. So it's like, man, I want to do something else. But at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know how to. It's like it's a drug. It's a drug. Like, because you get into it. It's like, man, I love this feeling. I like it. I like, I like doing this. I like, trying to figure out how this works. Just the whole process of how to create a record, how to, make it better, how to make it sound like $1 million. You want to keep that feeling going. Yeah. Right? But, man, once you put it out there and try to promote it, try to market it, that is so many ways how to do that, but it's so many ways to fail. When you're dealing with people, you question them, you question yourself. I've questioned myself quite a few times. I'm like, am I trash? Like, what going on? You'll find yourself comparing different sounds to yours. Yeah. And it's like, you can't do that.
Would you say that you're still in a low place, or would you say that right now you are in a much better place now?
Not yet.
Or are you still trying to figure it?
Yeah. Okay. You'll have your highs and your lows. Right. Y'all can look at the celebrities that y'all like, man, that's a process. They had to go through their own journey. Not and everything wasn't good, is what you see. It wasn't good. They had their own struggles. It's a lot of highs and lows.
Absolutely.
A lot of people talk about the highs, but they don't want to talk about the lows.
Right. To me, just from watching you online, you know, sometimes we go through moments where we kind of just stay low key for a bit, but overall, generally, it does seem like you have been consistent. That's just from what you've given off. What has kept you going?
Man, I don't know. Because it's really like a on and off type of thing. Like that thing where I say I definitely want to quit every month. That's real, because it's like, man, you look at this industry and it's like, man, this is what it is, and what I'm creating isn't what's being, like, sometimes I don't know what else to do, because people tell you, just stay in your own lane, you'll figure it out if you just stay in your own lane. I'm like, okay, but y'all not accepting me staying in my own lane. This is what y'all accepting. So it's like, man, am I doing this because I want to be accepted by this industry, or am I doing this because I actually really love doing it?
So, you know what? Let me just do something a little different right now.
Okay.
What would you say right now is a song that is an amazing song? You feel like you put a lot into it. It's, you know, it's a great song that easily should have blew up out of your catalog.
Man, vice versa, cause like that was a real emotion. Like that was a real, like, I was angry that day.
Okay, so can we listen to that?
You can.
Yeah, I think we should. Let's listen to that and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, this is...
Yeah, I was
okay.
Angry. I was angry. And sometimes, like, some type of songs, man, I can't listen to them for long.
So after hearing...
Because I'm going to stay there.
So after hearing that little clip, the beat to me sounds happy.
Okay.
I would have never have guessed that you're angry just hearing that. Nah. But that's that's my opinion though.
Okay.
That's my perspective, just hearing that. Yeah. So the beat wasn't matching your mood.
To me it was.
Yeah. To me it don't.
Yeah, so alright, so it might resonate with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
When you listen to beats or when you listen to productions, they have to speak to you. Yeah. So to me, when I heard the beat, I'm like, okay, this sounds like you want to cut somebody out.
Play the beat. Okay. The beat is very jumpy. It's bright. It's, I wouldn't say happy in a sense where it's like, 'cause I'm happy, like, but I think it's too bright. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't resonate with it, with how you feel. I mean, you can, but to come across to the general listener, right? You have to think, how is the general listener gonna receive this? Right. Not necessarily trying to take away how you're feeling or anything, right. But I do think that it's important to try and figure out, is it gonna come across how it's supposed to be? Okay. Sometimes it doesn't, right, and that's okay. But you want it to, you really do. Maybe if I heard the whole song and I'm really trying to listen to what you're saying, then I would probably get it. But most people are not trying to really listen. They want to feel what you're saying, right, before they hear what you're saying. Right. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So based on how I feel, I'm not feeling angry or I'm not feeling upset. If I listen to it, by the end of the record, I might say, oh man, he was pretty hurt. But you know what I'm saying? But I never felt that though. I heard that.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try and tap into moving the person rather than just wanting them to hear what you're saying.
Okay.
You need to work with vocal producers for that.
Yeah.
People who really are equipped to just move in that space.
Okay.
Because as artists, we are so focused on getting out what we want to say.
Right.
And trust me, I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
But the general listener wants to feel before hearing whatever it is you want to say.
Right.
And if you can get both of them, then trust me,
so
you hit jackpot there.
So when you say the general listener wants to feel, what exactly are they feeling first? Are they feeling the beat or what you saying?
I think in today's generation it is the beat.
Because I feel like if I turn on the radio and I hear a certain song, it's like, man, what you saying is trash, but that beat though? That beat is
right.
I like that beat.
Nah. It's the translation of it all. Last time in 2019, end of 2019, beginning of 2020, when we did that video, you said popcorn, microwave generation. Okay, we're now 3 years later. What do you think it is now?
Still the same thing.
I mean, no,
but even more.
Even worse. Yeah. It's like, if that was microwave, we were in the air fryer. Like, for real, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just frozen to, like, cooked real quick. Like, real quick. So, it's all about the translation. This is how I feel. This is what I want to say. But now we have to be strategic with making sure that the first, 60 seconds, even 30 seconds, instantly capture that. Yeah. Not the whole song. Right. The first 30 seconds need to capture that emotion. Yeah. Need to capture what you're saying. Like, period. Yeah. So, listen, guys, make sure you check that song out. Give it some streams. Download it. Like, just, support. This is why we're here. Yeah. And this is real stuff.
I want to hear different perspectives because I didn't know.
Yeah.
That. So yeah, if you, like as she said,
comment, like tell us what you think, especially concerning this particular topic right now because it's so educational for all of us. Out of everything that you've shared so far, what would you say was or is the biggest hurdle that you have overcome?
I guess people's opinions. Cause like you can listen to them and you can get lost in maybe they right. Like if you're an overthinker like me, you're definitely thinking of like, all right, so this person said this, and it depends on if the person matters to you in your life. At the end of the day, whatever it is that you're doing, that's you. It's not them. That's your vision. And people aren't going to see that. The only person that can see that is you. So when you share an idea, they're already, that's not going to work. How do you know? Have you tried it? So, I mean, and it's especially if you're the person that's doing the research, you're the person that's, Googling and really studying what it is that you're trying to do. Yeah, you got to try to block that out.
Yeah. A lot of people project their fears on other people, but I believe that a lot of people don't even know that they do that. I think that that's really the root of it. Like, they're just projecting what they don't see them being able to do.
Fear does play a part. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, if they're successful in something else, that's all that they know. This is what works for them. Yeah. And sometimes they may push that agenda and they don't even realize that. Right. Like, that works for you. You don't know what this is about right here. And I'm trying to explain it to you. Listening to what this music industry is mainstream, it does bring me down a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man. Now, the stuff that, you know, motivates you and inspires you, you have to look for that. It's not...
Holler at your girl.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not... You gotta look for LaShawn. You gotta look. You gotta look. She out there. You just gotta type it in. Somebody like me, I'm gonna look for it because what's being shown in my face, what's trying to... What is being forced in my ears, I'm like, yo, all right, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's stuff out here that is really, really good. Very, very soothing. Depending on what type of person you are, I'm about nowadays. I'm about, man. I'm real laid back. I'm real chill. Dude, I like going to amusement parks. You know, that's therapy for me because, man, you get on a roller coaster. I like to sit in the front. Sit in the front. Get on the roller coaster.
I'm in the middle somewhere.
You ain't having no fun. So you sit in the front. You know, you sit in the front. Man, you strap in, and it's like, if you think about it, like, when you're out here, you know, dealing with life, it's so many things that you are trying to grasp and control and trying to get a hold of, but in reality, some of those things you can't. Some of those things are out of your control, and they do something to you mentally, emotionally, and it's like, yo, but something like getting on a roller coaster, man, you just strap in and just going to a lounge, just real chill. Listen, shoot, I nowadays I will sit in a car, drive in silence nowadays.
Yeah, I've started doing that.
Yeah,
it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
So do you feel like all of that impacts your music then more than listening to the music today and trying to keep up to date with what is going on?
Yeah. Like nowadays, man, for the past few months, I've been listening to a lot of K-Tronada.
Okay.
You know what K-Tronada is?
Kind of.
Yeah. So K-Tronada is
that's like classical music, right?
Nah, see, you don't. All right. So
I've heard of that before.
No, K-Tronada is an electronic artist. He's like an up-to-date techno house type of vibe, but adds trap to it. He adds, you know, the 808s. And I'm like, man. Yeah. Sometimes I really want to do this type of music right here, because R&B to me is like, man, I'm tired of R&B, because R&B a lot of people say, oh, R&B dead. It's not. You have to look for it.
How has your faith impacted your creativity? What did you grow up believing, you know, from your parents or your grandparents? Like, how has that all impacted you as well?
So growing up, going to church was a necessity. It was more so you had to do it. When you get older, you have questions now. Yeah. You have a mind. Eventually, you're gonna have a mind of your own. Yeah. So that's inevitable. Yeah. So if you have kids, you're a parent, your child is going to have a mind of their own. They're going to ask you questions. Some questions you may not have the answer to. Don't lie to them, though. I feel like that relationship with God is not just going to church every Sunday. Jesus didn't like church. He flipped tables in there. He ain't like what was going on in there. Right. Jesus was outside with the people. Christians, you know, they have their ways. They have their you're supposed to do it this way. Like, am I?
Do you feel like you stopped asking questions?
Yes and no. The reason why I say yeah, because it's like, again, you get tired. And it's like, all right. But no, because some days you'll wake up and be like, you know what? Nah, I'm not accepting that. What do you mean this? Or how does this work? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like moments if something hits you where you just can't accept what's being given. I'm like, nah, I gotta question that. I don't get that. I don't understand. What do you mean?
So I would say this, right? You question, and that's great, and I think you should never stop that. But to put your trust in men is where you go wrong. Is where we as people go wrong, because we don't have all the answers. We all have our different relationships and journeys with God, right? But He's the one with the answers. He created us in His image, in His likeness. So if we want all the answers, it's only Him that can give it us. I would encourage you as a friend to stop always asking people and begin to build that trust, knowing that there is only one spirit that can give you the answer that you're looking for, and that is the Lord Jesus Himself. That's real talk.
Right.
I say that because I have found so many questions being answered by simply just getting down and praying and humbling myself, actually.
Right.
It takes a lot of humility and just be so open. Sometimes you're like, I don't even know, I feel like an idiot right now. I feel weird doing this. But you know what? That's a sense of vulnerability and humility that God is looking for in a person. I believe that everybody has a God. Some people's God is money. Some people's God is, food. Some people's God is shopping, designer. For creatives, it is spiritual. Music is very spiritual.
Sound definitely does something. Sound definitely has something to do with spirits.
100%.
It certain sounds change your mood. Sound gives off a certain color. I want to know if these mainstream artists, do they think like this?
Yeah.
Or is it just
No, they know.
They
know.
All of them?
Not all of them, but I believe they know. There's certain frequencies that's in those songs.
Yeah.
That they are deliberately putting in.
And they do it on purpose.
100%. If you're listening 100%, there's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing certain things.
Right.
So even though there's knowledge is great, but sometimes how you apply that knowledge, there's a legal way,
right,
and there's an illegal way. And that's why it's so important to know who is your God. I can look at Beyonce and I can tell you who her God is. I just listening to her music now, I can tell you who her God is. 100%.
Yeah, be careful, y'all.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful because they watching. You know what I mean? They're out there.
I can tell you who our God is.
That's scary.
It's so deep.
It's scary.
It's deep.
It's deep and scary, man.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. And I think for me, a lot of people, what they're sharing today is toxicity. They're sharing drama. They're sharing heartbreak. They're sharing all these things. And even though it's relatable, it keeps people in bondage.
Right.
People don't realize that you are literally bound to these things because you relate to it so much. And because it's real, absolutely. But yet you're still bound. Yet you're still not happy. Yet you're still struggling. Yet you're still trying to keep up with so and and you're trying to feel like something. Oh, you want a moment. You're always looking for that next high or that next moment. And there's no freedom in that. There's no peace in that.
Right.
There's moments of happiness. There's moments of excitement. But there's no peace. There's no rest. That's why I've gone through like this journey, and it's taken a little bit of time, but it's only taken time because I've always just been trying to figure it out. Just been trying to hold on to God through it all.
Right.
And He's had to take me through some valleys, boy. I've been in the trenches, boy. And, that's why we're here today having this convo, because a lot of people don't know how deep this thing really goes.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, when they look at the music industry, they don't see all of that.
Right.
It's just they see the visuals and they hear the music. If one of your people, right? One of your closest friends, right? They give you a mindset that's the total opposite of yours. Can you still be cool with them?
I can still be cool with them, but there's a certain access to me that they can't have. I love you. We have great past memories,
right?
But they are past memories. We are always evolving and changing, even if you're trying to or not.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your body's changing. You know, you're coming in and going out. You're interacting with people. That's changing you. That's affecting you.
Yeah.
Work, life, you know, all these things are by default changing you. Right? So your ideology and how you value yourself and how you love yourself changes because not everybody wants to change. Everybody's okay with just allowing life to change them and mix them up and okay, cool, but I'm not one of those people. I want to be intentional of every single thing that I allow and that I do. I'm not in full control, obviously, of everything, but being intentional, I can be in control of that. A lot of people don't really know who they are. It takes a while. It took me a while. And knowing really who you are is truly knowing your purpose here. Not everybody has the answer. And that's why I then I just go straight to, I cut the people out. And just go straight to the Godhead. That's just what it is for me. And even he will reveal things to you in parts because some things we're not ready to handle yet. Some things we're going to reject instantly because we're going to be like, nah. So even in that, even though he's all-knowing or seeing, he's still going to give you things in part until you're ready to get to that maturity to now get the next step.
I feel like he be playing games. You think you good? All right, hold on. Let me put this situation in front of you. See how you handle it. See how you.
But that's great because that's where you grow. You don't grow in success. You grow in failure. When you are successful, then you're able to capitalize off that. You're able to flip that and times that and double that 100%. But you're only increasing based off what you've already done or what you've already learned, if that makes sense. You can be a millionaire, but if you're trying to get to a billy, you gotta lose a couple milli. I'm just saying, you're losing it to get more. So even though for some people it might look like a failure, know that was just the process that you had to go through to flip it and double it. This conversation, honestly, has been really good, and I think it's been helpful for both of us and hopefully for you guys as well. Please let everybody know where they can find you. If you have anything, coming up or whatever you're doing, this is your time to just let people know, like anything that you want to share with them, anything extra that we may have spoken about, anything that you want to reflect on. The floor is all yours,
So, Instagram, if you have it, if you use it, at Hakeem_romance. Website, www.HakeemRomance.net. If you want to find out other things and everything, go there. I'm everywhere. You can Google Hakeem Romance. Everything will pop up. Music. Go down the catalog, man. Go down the catalog. Let me know, what do you think? Last thing of, inspiration to whatever it is that you are thinking of doing, already doing, in the midst of doing, stay balanced. I know you're gonna go through your trials and tribulations, but you'll get there. So definitely keep at it. Have faith. Keep that with you.
Let's do a closing prayer. And this is something I want to do at the end of every podcast so that we can just seal this and make sure that indeed from this, that things will shift, things will move in and throughout our lives, even those that are watching right now. I just pray for you guys. I bless you. I thank you for tapping in with everything that we're trying to build and grow here. And I pray that each and every one of us right now will increase in the area of the things that we've been called to do, that anything that we may feel that is not where it should be, I pray that there will be grace, and I pray that there will be breakthrough. I pray that the Lord will instruct us and guide us. We must lean on him through all his understanding and not lean on our own. And I pray that we would just grow. I pray that we would break every bondage off of our minds, off of our bodies, any sicknesses or diseases that may hold us back, that may keep us in fear. I break it off of us right now. And I pray that there will be grace. This is what we need right now. We need the grace to push through. You know, there is a thing called the devil, and he's real, okay? To think that there's such a thing that doesn't exist, it's ignorant. So I just pray that the Lord will open our eyes, that we will be aware of what the enemy is doing and begin to walk in fulfillment and in purpose and in the will of God for our lives. I pray for you, Hakeem. I pray that as you leave here today, that the Lord will touch you in a way that you've never been touched before. I pray that his mercy and his grace, his spirit will leave with you as you leave this place. And I pray that you will continue to grow and do great things. I pray that you will even shock yourself. You will begin to trust and lean on him and pray and come to him in the areas that may still cause confusion. I cancel every form of conflict that's in your life. I pray against every doubt and every unbelief in yourself and even in the Lord. I cancel it right now. I pray that you will receive the breakthrough that you've been waiting for, especially as we end towards the end of this year, that you will see a change and you will know that he is the one true living God. And I pray life. I speak life over you right now. Come into the mind and the likeness of God in the name of Jesus. I thank you for coming here today, and I bless you. I love you as a friend, as a sister, and I'm here for you anytime. And I just pray that God will do a great thing and he will be glorified in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen.
Amen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh, love. Well, thank you so much. And this probably won't be the last you'll see Hakeem, because, you know.
Yeah.
He's good fun, good people.
You know.
And we love to have you here. So thank you guys for checking it out. Thank you for being here. God bless you all. And we'll see you on the next episode. Cha-ching!